Harbinger Mormon cult on site with that is bizarre. Solari Enterprises is conducting religious hate crimes, harassing a Christian in a wheelchair, and Shauna is doing that in the office. I think I heard somebody walking past when they finally got things cleared out. I think I heard someone saying she's in a lot of trouble because of her not calling the cops after the man. They have it on video, very well videotaped place here at Terrorizing, screaming at me in the office so that I don't feel comfortable calling the cops. It was an anonymous complaint. The cops haven't done their jobs. And yes, they went on to say if she's erased the video, she's in even worse trouble. Call all Solari Enterprises, try to call me, get them committing fraud openly. There's no way they don't know about me. Asking for a 9/11 Flight 93 check of America's lifelines for over a decade. You want to know what their part is, other than openly committing fraud and religious hatred under the guise of a politically correct company. It's a cartoon screen. There's nothing. Return to strikes. I wanted to know why. Can you type out why? Other than the fact that you don't like me telling the truth about your active part in America's hijacked lifelines, there's nothing to submit. It doesn't submit. Cancel? It doesn't explain anything. How? The last one was a video of saints imagery. This is me wanting to get it on video in case they work themselves into a frenzy and kill me. The dangerous Muslims on site last night, and with Terrorizing's management, they hate saints. Call them on that. Save the video for the Senate subcommittee. Looking into Susan Wojcicki's placing of Russian Trump guy in our White House and active in suppressing truth about America's hijacked lifelines. I hit appeal. I don't know why I didn't do appeal. Submit an appeal, and there's nothing to submit. It is the Harbinger cult, I believe. Don't know. Taunting from the Harbinger cult, folks. You know the one no thanks. That's not YouTube. They're desperate as hell. Oh, I never understood those marriages. The NFT series. Oh, look at that. That's Chinese right there. And of course, if you listen to my videos, the rock chucker cult of Utah is proxies for the Chinese. The cartoon sounding call, and I call it, excuse my street way of talking, but it's India Channel I talk to on the phone. I don't know if I talk to Solari Enterprises or not. I do know they're an active part in America's high-tech lifelines. Try to call me in front of them, post your results. Now this is youtube.com/DNFD series. And it finally had the little lock button there after the Harbinger cult was removed. The little toys are fighting it out. I'm going to get these all chronicled because, yeah, they're harassing that Christian in a wheelchair and being an active part in America's hijack lifelines openly. I don't know if I'd be able to reach my YouTubes anymore. Especially not after they have been that bizarre. Let me subscribe from check 424-229-4140 and post in 5. Number 5 digit 5 at youtube.com. Let me see if I can get a few documentary videos in. youtube.com/DNFD series, a whole lot of older stuff, but it does have the custom URL. Here's the more recent. And I'll go back for the whole thing later. Just a quick overview. youtube.com/DNFD series about September 9, 2010. It never shows up, the email address, and that's what's on the links, including the registered vote link to those sites that register you to vote. Making a video because of very desperate folks on site with high-tech toys. I'd like to have my YouTube's videotape before I add anything more to here. See, this is the discussion, and I'm not sure. Ran over to get, rode over to get my 5. Gold does all the rolling for me. We're running for me. And those with high-tech toys worried as hell about truth more than ever before. And this YouTube was from 2009. Worried about that, and I had this trouble the other day, and it will not. They use those high-tech record of this. And these are comments over the past, since 2009. Decade worth, and it's all me. It's a lot of me having harassment of a Christian before I was in the wheelchair at Santa Monica Libraries in LA, downtown LA, public libraries, and then, at 6 blocks east, tallest thing in LA. But I have to make it with 2 videos because they are the devil Lori, my personal knife in the back sister, love to taunt. And they've got my nice immaculate camera here. Zapped. Slow access is the favorite taunt of recent times. So I'll keep them as brief as I can. I would maybe like 5 minutes at a time. This is the about. It shows where I joined, youtube.com. That has been active in your hijack business, your AT&T business, and AT&T Lifeline suppressing the truth about that. And I don't think during that Russian Trump thing, Russians meddling in America's politics, I don't think I heard Susan talked about once. She's got worth $490 million, and she has a billionaire Russian husband. Something to think about. And yes, recall because we can't call. I'm waiting for that. It took forever to get it ordered. My new image. Recall because we can't call. Nice and simple. 424-229-4140. You want to know why America's hijacked lifelines are preventing you from talking to me? When else will they be affecting your family's lifeline? Recall because we can't call. All Trump. Presbyterian Trump, Catholic Governor Newsom of California, and Jewish Mayor Garcetti. Why aren't you addressing this? Why are you an active part in harassing a Christian in a wheelchair? All the time down below. And yes, the man, Muslim man, with a whole lot of Mormon cult folks with him, laid in wait as went across to get food. And I came back and was screaming at me, went from polite to screaming in the Shauna Solari Enterprises business office. And then, yeah, I'm trying to get the video of that. I want it to be swept under the rug. The manager not doing her job, and managers of her not doing their job as well. Get it on video. All the Solari Enterprises, they don't mind being disturbed at their homes. Teresa Bridgeport was the regional manager, and now they say Enrique Vergara is the regional manager. I don't know. Whoever it is, try to call me in front of them and get them screaming out what else they're involved in with their dangerous Muslim brothers. Make sure those are very legal. The Muslim brothers. Because I see a whole lot of them here. These are my playlists. And I'm not including these up here because those are me checking out other sites. YouTube.com/DNFD series. Let me put this down. Yeah, I'm making with 2 cameras and an audio maker. Because those on site who have been an active part in your family's hijacked lifelines as you try to call me are being very over-the-top active and harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. Me. And Susan Wojcicki, her YouTube has been very active in suppressing truth about Flight 93 checks, not one in over a decade. At all photo ops. You tried to call me in front of all YouTube and Google representative, employees, managers, the lower level folks will tell you what the upper level folks are doing. Make sure you get it on video. And yes, recall if we can't call. All Trump, all Garcetti, and all Newsom photo ops. You want to know why your family's lifeline's not allowed to work? More of my playlist. I've had youtube.com/DNFD series for a long time. I saw a music one in there and I thought I was done. Some of these are older. Lip reading room is good. If you can find that on any of my YouTubes. There's a Cowardly Hussein. I put Barack and Obama in that template for years. Kirk Obama stole my mail. I'm calling it like it is now, the Cowardly Hussein. No one knew that he was named Hussein because the press wasn't allowed to talk about his very Muslim nature. So, Abigail Morris is a good series. Good older series. Flash drives with the screens with them. A lot of meme stuff, as I always say. Let's see, one of those. Let me see if I can get another one that's nice and cheap. Frames that show off a nice continuous. They stopped it again. That's unreal. So this one's going again. So I'll see if it can. I can get the rest of this with that. My playlist. Remember, you can find 30,000 4x6, a little smaller than this. $30,000, you're gonna find something you like with the well, it used to be on the NFT series. I'm not sure if it's there anymore or not. Maybe I can check at the end of this. But print me out. Also, the NFT series here doesn't show a lot of the graphic art, like the flowers and stuff, the birds. And this isn't what this is about anyway. It's just to chronicle hijack lifelines. Oh, prints. That's it right there. You hit that link. Up at the top of that, Christ Complex Links, I believe, also has it. It's on my Immaculate House at YouTube. Immaculate House at, Yahoo. And you'll find a lot of my graphic art, including my stigmata eyes. Used to be all dark brown. Slowly but surely changing to blue. Had the other camera off about 5 minutes. And it's still not turning off. But you'll find these unlaminated, of course, as photos. Print me out like you print your family's photos, your friends' photos. Laminate to last longer. And yes, they're all 4x6 and the 30,000. I'll keep you company on that desk, on that nightstand, on that tabletop. Oh, good, it's still going. Most bizarre thing, it keeps saying it's Harbinger code. So, actually, that's more Chinese. Slow access. I'm not sure what the hell that's supposed to mean. Do know it's odd. Here are my uploads on youtube.com/DNFD series. And I'm doing this for the reason that just last night they were harassing a Christian in a wheelchair with noise, and I know they got the security guard here on the weekends. I called again and again. I made audios of that, calling Solari Enterprises, very Muslim company, and asking, why aren't you doing something about that? What? The man was laying in wait for me, the Muslim man, as I went across the street to get food, and somebody told him to be lying in wait. And yes, Shauna, the manager, after he finally got through screaming and left her office, Solari Enterprises, T. Terry's office, after he left, she said, do you want to call the police? And I explained, no, I've been calling with anonymous complaints. He was ranting and raving about me calling the police, and that it wasn't the case. But many times in the past I have, and they had two studio cops. I think I heard one of the folks here at Solari Enterprises, T. Terry's, referred to them as, I guess they just hired them to intimidate Christian in a wheelchair, knock on the door and not identify themselves as cops. Part of Enrique Vergara's harassment techniques, hates this Christian in a wheelchair. And yeah, that's, of course, I'm not going to call the cop. Man was just screaming about that. It's her job to call the cops. There are all kinds of agencies, I'm sure, all kinds of groups, not in the government even, that look out for the handicapped. And she was not doing her job. And I've just called recently, this morning after that last night, just called recently, and I want to make sure can I get a copy of that video, because that's my civil liberties being infringed upon, you name it. And they're not answering. They're being very, I swear it could have been. Folks, remind me of someone from my devil sister, personal knife in the back, active in your family's high-tech lifeline, can reach me by phone. Laurie Ann Brady Bond, now married a gay guy. It sounded like one of her friends from the past. I just can't put my finger on it. But that's what I call the India China line. And give me the runaround. Teresa Bridgeport's no longer regional manager. Can I take a message? I better turn this off, give the computer a little time to catch up. And I got onto videos, and I don't know when this one's just going to go out. So it's up to 4 minutes. I'll start again. Let's starting again. Excuse me. Starting the video again. Second part of youtube.com/DNFD series. And I'm making this with 2 videos because the Harbinger cult folks are running wild. If you don't understand my colorful words about what I call the streets, the unseen business, pick up your phone. You can document. It has nothing to do with what I say. Oh, that's me in the front door there. Teague Terrace here, Immaculate Apartment. You make that video of your hijack call to me. That's our AT&T livelihoods with Trump's phone gate there. Can't reach me, you get that boring thing, phone ringing, error message, busy signal. Not going to be boring if you need firemen, police, paramedics, money out of your pocket, you're calling up countless other customers to get that boring thing. Censorship is often boring, especially when it's Chinese. But when you make that video, you got the time on your phone, you got my number dialed, and AT&T's being very quiet. Bought Spectrum next door to harass Chris in a wheelchair. They can turn their backup noise off in a closed parking lot with several, 6, 7, more than that, within earshot of their hatred. Apartment complexes. Oh, I thought that was clever as anything. Slideshow for a fast-tone slideshow on the bird there on the water. They choose not to, and yeah, Randall Stevenson gets his hands bloody hijacking your calls for religious persecution reasons. First and foremost, that was placing a cowardly Hussein in our White House. If you were calling up a decade ago or so and saying, hey, they're trying to pull a fast one, place a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins, but all you got was phone ringing, error message, busy signal. Well, that was Randall next door. Bloody-handed Randall based in Dallas, Texas, with Spectrum. Monopoly. The feds tried to bust the monopoly, tried to prevent them from purchasing. They didn't succeed. That means it's Chinese. Make that video. You got the time on your phone, you got the date, my number dialed. Whatever you get when you don't get me, save it for the Senate subcommittee kind of thing. Yeah, it's slowing down. I have to stop again. Those taunting with high-tech toys and harassment of the Muslims, dangerous Muslims, by American soil here in LA with Garcetti, Jewish Mayor Garcetti, not doing a thing about it. Neither is Catholic Governor Newsom. And I'm catching up. I'm going to go quick because they just turned. I've got 2 cameras going. Because of that, and I also got an audio maker going as well. I've seen The Devil's Hatred often. So if you can't find all of these on the Immaculate Camera documentaries, look for the Nikon camera. And yes, I want to get it on the video here before I add the new joint muffins. It's those folks just desperate as anything and worried about our hijacked lifelines and truth about our hijacked lifelines. I thought that was nice. I don't know if it made in the last video. Fast-tone slideshow with on top of a duck's head. Check out my stuff. I gotta find somewhere else to get it. Maybe I can spring for that Microsoft on space. I guess that tells me YouTube is listening in with their active part in America's hijack lifelines. So again, I'm going to start here. Remember the handsome bald guy with the halo card. I don't know where I left off, and both these cameras now, was that right after that stuff. That bends that. By the devil's people are walking among us, is desperate, not even in their heads, for their usual bizarre behavior as woman called harbinger folks or Chinese. Don't ask anybody who knows about streets unseen business and say what happens to the Chinese around Stone Cold Mountain, John Mountain Bridge, son of Cochran Marion. They might laugh a little bit and they say, oh, they go stone cold crazy around him. That's what they've been doing recently. This is YouTube.com/DNFD series. Videos posted to that. And these aren't even the older ones. I want to get a good record because I don't know. They keep putting fake screens up there. How do I know that? Because they didn't have this little thing when I logged in the first time. And someone with little toys was rubbing their nose in that. And it's those rubbing their nose in that who are going to, take them on to wherever they're going. Telling me is that guy on the from a couple of years ago that he explained to me if it doesn't have this, it's not a secure site. It was either with AT&T Spectrum or Microsoft. And I guess the best thing is just shut it down after 2 minutes, because I have no idea where I left off. That's easy to pick back up. There I am. I'm not going to do too much talking during these. I can always add the talking later. Documentary of what's on YouTube.com/DNFD series. I keep having to restart this camera over here. Because it won't, the Immaculate camera, it's a more expensive camera there, but it won't. It's Chinese if you want to. That's all I got. 1 year ago. Yeah, thinking about doing that because that's it's always taunting there with the YouTubes lately, and they were very good. Starting this one again. YouTube was very good as far as not being bizarre with that, but I think it's the harbinger cult on hand. Literally zapping the cameras, both. Yeah, it does. I pay very good money for the internet through Spectrum, and it's supposed to keep up. That's what I'm constantly doing, fixing what yellow placed in my artwork, also known as the Solari. It's still not. Let me stop this one before it stops again. It's a minute. Starting the cameras again. YouTube.com/DNFD series. Mousepad. You can size those 30,000 plus. You'll find through the links here on YouTube.com/DNFD series. They're presented as 4x6 photos, but hey, you can size them up for a mousepad or a poster. Remember, recall because we can't call. Those are fives in my hand there, right there. Hold up the big fives. Print out posters. I can't afford to. It's our AT&T livelihoods, but you're in better shape. Hold up those big posters and say, recall because we can't call. Recall because we can't call for Presbyterian Trump harassing a Christian in a wheelchair and egg rocking in Los Angeles, yes. For the camera again. Recall because we can't call. Last time it still had the video to just stopped it there. These are folks on hand with just worried as hell. The Senate Subcommittee is going to be knocking on their door today. They're that worried. That's why the fake screens from YouTube, either that or they're pathetically worried of YouTube. Recall because we can't call. Hold up those big fives, post and repost my videos, my imagery, especially the Flight 93 checks. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of the children of truth. Make that video that vapor trail in the sky and repost it. Download it from mine or find it on a flash drive of mine. Post and repost. I've seen lots of crazy over the years on the part of those active in America's hijack lifelines. And yeah, it literally just stops. Sometimes it says slow access, sometimes it just stops. I'll keep going. Get something out of both. Remember any of these. That's my chest imagery there. You can wear Melton's imagery, or you can laminate a couple paper clips on the back, and you can I'll keep you company on that desk, on that nightstand, on that tabletop. I just have to let the immaculate camera, because they're going after it so much. Sounds far-fetched. I got both going, immaculate and Nikon. It'll be a testament to I take toys on site. You have a hard time believing that? Well, pick up your phone. 424-229-4140. You make that video of whatever you get when you don't get me. Post time and date on your video, my number dialed, and yes, print out those big fives to go to those starting it again. All incumbents across America, recall because we can't call. You don't let them showcase their new puppy. You ask them, you can't. Recall because we can't call. Not one Flight 93 check call in over a decade of asking. All this imagery you see here, it's not just my AT&T livelihood, it's yours. It's YouTube. Your business being, you're paying them good money to advertise on YouTube. You're not seeing, I can't drive your customers into your business with my imagery. And yeah, it's fraudulent. Make that video of 100 folks going to those sites, and it still says those links, and it still says just one view. That is fraud, clear and simple, easily documented. So is America's Hijack Lifelines. Time on your phone, number dialed. You want to send me something? 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. It's done. 1 year goes as far as it goes back. That seems bizarre. Oh, there it goes again. It goes back to 2009. I didn't upload as much. I was uploading through the libraries, LA and Santa Monica back then, but I got videos going back that far. That's when I'm counting on it. If it gets to a certain point before 2014, maybe it'll get quicker to document. Turn this off again. These folks are desperate as anything. They don't think right. I mean, this looks obvious, doesn't it? Especially when you try to go to my sites and that links Excel I got, which I hope, it's going to be on Google Drive. It is already just older versions, and it is on my OneDrive. Solacam@live.com. Turn the macro camera off again. Recall because we can't call. Jewish Mayor, LA Mayor Garcetti, I can understand him not liking Christians, but to use his position to not do his job about religious hatred of a man in a wheelchair is abhorrent. And I'm pretty sure the Catholics count themselves as Christians, but Governor Newsom, of course, Vapor Trail and Sunset, that's nice. Looking at Flight 93 chase for those kind of things. And he's active in America's Hijack Lifelines. Do that California tourist check. You can't reach me by phone, 424-229-4140. You're going to get the same treatment from the government. Mayor Garcetti, Catholic Governor Newsom. It's hitting there and it won't go any further. You're not going to get good medical treatment, and yes, you take your tourist bucks elsewhere. Get them on video via speakerphone. You don't have to come here and do it in person. Get them on. Why can't I reach this man? My wife's dialing 424-229-4140. We want to know when else our phones won't be allowed to work. What you know about that? How do you get your phones to work? See, Santa Monica has no trouble reaching Milton. It's Santa Monica. Santa Monica. I'm a handsome bald guy, as you can see. I have trouble doing two things at once. Santa Monica is a city, Saudi Arabian city by the sea in between LA and the ocean. They underemployed me, unable to eat as well as I should for years. 2008, actually just before 2008 I believe, through 2014. Ask him how you reach this man. Same with the LA, because it's very obvious when you try to call me about California's active part in America's Hijack Lifelines. You need to find out what else they're doing if you don't come here as tourists. Because lifelines affect everyone across America. You need to know what their cowardly Hussein placing stuff is doing. Cowardly Trump placing as well. This one again. Oh, dental vans. My mean stuff from years ago. That's updating, I think. Updated image. Especially with the slow, I've gone through it. It's just pulled up just like that. Get what I can. It's draining the batteries of the cameras, and it's not showing up. Susan's guilty conscience, perhaps. Remember that when you suppress truth on a big thing, monopoly like YouTube, truth about America's hijacked lifelines, you're treasonous. It's easily documented. And the most they can come up with a lot of times is the best they can come up with is we've got 100 impersonators of the handsome bald guy. It's okay. No, it's not. Not only you committing fraud by hiding truth, you are active in America's hijacked lifelines. You're treasonous. We don't know what you're planning. That's it with that cowardly Hussein placing right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. We don't know what you're going to do next. I've been asking for a Flight 93 check for over a decade. I've yet to get one. Get on video, time on your phone, number dialed. I did a lot 1 year ago. It must be a month kind of thing. This is all good stuff. 4x6s I got after I moved from Skid Row. Homeless because of my AT&T livelihood. From Skid Row to Eagle Rock here. And I was able to print out a lot of my photos. I used to do a lot with the Word docs, and I can't do it anymore. It doesn't, once again, high-tech toys. The image won't turn for a nice full-page image. On the Word doc, it looks just as well, and it's once you laminate, it looks like photo paper. But it's my open office stuff. I go to turn the image and it won't turn. And I've tried it before I place the image in the Word doc, and afterwards it's still not. I haven't tried it in a year or two because I had the photo print as well, but that's just countless. As you look in some of these high-tech toys videos of mine here, ranting about the devil Lori, it's just an open... By devil Lori, I mean those who love to taunt, and they're just going to do that. It's no fun unless it's openly taunting and the immaculate camera just turned off again. That's a devil Lori. As long as you're listening in, listen hard, because you might learn something. And yes, camera's still going good. Tabletop art, there are 30,000 examples, like June there. Oh, you can find my stuff like Melton with the white flowers there without my contact if you like to, but yeah, spread the word about America's hijacked lifelines. Tell them to make those videos of your hijack calls to me, and those of you who know how to do such things, mail me anything with a GPS in it. If it's got my address, it will be stolen, unless, of course, it's a bill. And use those GPS to find America's stolen mail warehouses. Do the Geraldo thing. He's not doing his job anymore. I need to seal my mouse pad off. I could be putting everything as a mouse pad. Get me my disciples so I can do that. So I can build Jesus' immaculate house. That's that religious censorship, Susan Wojciechowicz. Wojciechowicz. Wojciechowicz, was that a TV character back in the day? She is conducting religious censorship, pure and simple. She's in the way. That's where some of these look alike, like I've had them before. Oh, I guess I do some videos of. That's a DVD, I believe, is taped with top part. Couple paper clips. Shows off your DVD. I better turn this off again. It stopped. I'd like to get past 1 year. Going after again. I have to wait until another day. I think I'm wearing myself out. It's 1 o'clock. That's I've done this before, and it shows up. Oh my! I can give you the parable as for weight from last night. Archbishop from Vatican City has showed up in L.A. and stigmatic round ones there. I've had some, lately it's the back of the skull lately. Genetic carpentry at work. Anyway, the shows up to check on Archbishop Gomez because he's been ducking the Pope's calls, and Catholic Governor Newsom and Jewish Mayor of L.A. Garcetti and Michael Moore, LAPD Police Chief, they aren't looking the Archbishop from Vatican City in the eye, and he says, "Why are you doing this? It doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to sacrifice your duties as governor, as mayor, as police chief. You don't have to be treated this way by Solari Enterprises, the dangerous Muslims." No, it's not even sliding. Damn, look at that. Oh, Girl America's good. You can print that out from there. I don't think you look like lizards. And they got all kinds of, for some of you out there, you know who you are. I've got a nice coffee table. I heard somewhere that, a few coins, paperclip, they like to dance over and around coffee tables. So I got plenty of that. 30,000 graphic art photos. Come see me, and did I finish that? Yeah. The Archbishop from Vatican City tells them you don't have to be treated like that. And yes, they've all got shiners from dangerous Muslims on American soil with Solari Enterprises. Make sure they're all legal. That was what stopped the noise last night, at least for a while, after 4 videos and posting those videos. And that bizarre cartoon screen. Hate speech, but it doesn't tell you what the hate speech is. And yes, the last time I got that message, and that's why I'm making this video here, perhaps. Here, Mountain for Imagery, whichever I was on, the YouTube. It was a saint's imagery. Look for the Saints imagery on Otis 2011B at gmail.com. There's some DVDs that's tabletop art. Check it out, and it's also on my SoulCam at Live to download. Look for the link. I'm not sure SoulCam at Live. It might be on the other one. Check 424-229-4140 and post in 5, and it's the number 5, the digit 5. Check and post in 5. It's unreal. Check and post in 5 at gmail.com. I've also got, at outlook.com, the one with the dashes in between 424-229-4140. That's the OneDrive with check and post in 5 at outlook.com. Check 424-229-4140 and post in 5, number 5, the digit 5 at outlook.com. That's the one with that. And if it doesn't have the dashes, it's at gmail.com, and that's where I've got the Otis, an older YouTube that didn't have anything on is where I put the Saints, but I've also got them on check and post in 5 at Gmail, the YouTube as well. Yeah, use those black guys I was talking about. It's easy to separate the law enforcement officer from corrupt and cowardly. You simply call them up. Try to call me with them on speakerphone. And you ask him, what do you know about this? This is a lot of imagery work, a lot of graphic artwork. I don't show the 5s and the Flight 93 checks as much as I used to, but there's one there of a video about it. I'm going to shut this one down just in case. It's 5.5, almost 6. I hope to just join them all together for each camera, post them somewhere. But yeah, from law enforcement officers, choose. Are you law enforcement? Are you corrupt and cowardly? Mayors, Jewish mayors with some vendetta against perhaps Christians in the wheelchair, you call them up. You hold up those big 5s at those press conferences, you say, recall because we can't call. Recall because we can't call. Same with Governor Newsom, he's Catholic. You would think they would have taught him at that. I'm assuming he went to Catholic schools. They would have taught him right and wrong there. But yeah, he's not doing anything. I've been asking for over a decade. It's easily documented. Stolen mail is easy to document. The tons and tons of impersonators committing openly committing fraud here in Los Angeles and all across the country. They are easy to document. Do that. And yes, all college students, print out those big 5s, blow them up to posters if you want, and see how many press conferences you can get them into. You hold up that big 5, it works for a nice, this would fit in a sleeve of a binder. Hold it up, get that chant going. Recall because we can't call. See how many press conferences you can get into, because it's going to affect you after college. When you're calling up those countless customers, I bet you use the phone even if you don't do that calling in that fashion. Whatever boring thing you get when you try to call me, that's you trying to call customers. After you graduate, point it out now. Go to those press conferences, hold up these 5s, even just a 4x6 print ones will work. Laminate, they'll last longer. Hold them up, hand them out. and tell them all. Why can't I reach Melton? When else will my phone not be allowed to work? Why are the Muslims and the Jewish folks with Mayor Garcetti harassing this man? Not allowing the cops to do their jobs? Well, yeah, you call them up, ask them. Corrupt and cowardly, or law enforcement officer, but yeah, often that occurs, doesn't it? The governor or the mayor, councilman, whatever they got, might be in the way of justice, of finding out why they're harassing a Christian in a wheelchair. Their hands are tied. Get it on video. All elected officials in California, all cops. You're trying to call me, 424-229-4140. Mustafa wants to know if I'm taking a cruise sometime soon. Yeah, Cowardly Hussein gave him the idea. Yeah, one of my funny parables, they keep sending cruise tickets to the Mideast, a Catholic in a wheelchair. This is gold here, you're hearing back. Oh, they hate gold. I just wanted to get gold into the... That's the sound you hear. That's me in my motorized wheelchair. Gold. And the image. Oh, give me the thing. Look at that. I'm sure she's a very nice lady. Just with the long brown straight hair, it looked like she was giving me the thing. Come see me in person. I got a whole lot of videos to join. I may have to just come back to this, but wish it'd give me a day. Maybe I can just go through the slideshow, the phone gate, Flight 93 checks recall, because we can't call. Yeah, I can't. Handsome ball got stuff. Can't do two things at once, and I'm going to have to, especially with this, just completely stop. Call them up. You need to know what California's doing in bed with the Muslims. Very Muslim Solari enterprise is making a whole lot of good, easy money with Hackla and other places. Enrique Vergara told me, oh, not serious, Sandra lost her person. Check it out if you can find it. He told me they have to answer to like 20 plus regulatory agencies from the different folks they move people into here at Teak Terrace. Tell them to ask how they reach me by phone. Tell them to ask why they are harassing a Christian in a wheelchair in an ATA apartment. It's real nice. It's got the grab rails in the shower and the bathroom. Ask all of Solari Enterprises staff. And once again, the lower levels tell you what the upper levels are doing. They don't make as much money. They're not going to be fraudulent until the end. They're going to tell you what's going on. Do that. Get those. I'm not sure what the regulatory, aside from maybe, I got a flyer yesterday about the city of LA coming to check on things next month. But yeah, ADA kind of stuff, wheelchair kind of stuff, living conditions kind of stuff. I'll try and get one more. These are the CCC's, Corrupt Cowardly California Cop. Once again, that's Corrupt Cowardly California Cop, or its law enforcement officer. You give them an opportunity to separate themselves from the Muslim cops and the Mormon kind of cops, not necessarily Mormon, but looking out for them when they're casing those neighborhoods and the only ones home are the kids after school. When they're conducting their harassment projects, like here last night. You give those good cops, those good officials, opportunity to distance themselves from the bad ones. Do that. Yeah, lots of tabletop art. That's a little busy, I think, but yeah, it's got my imagery. 3 different images in one. Used to do a lot of template work. Got the links. The NFT series, make a video fraudulent view counts. Made the video of the YouTube links. Same way you can. You think you're getting not getting as much play on YouTube as you should? Yeah, do that. You want to know how? Because you yourself, whatever you're doing, might not be something that's easily documented. But when you post these big fives, for example, when you post those Flight 93 checks from me, Melton, John Melton Brady, and you got a video of the Semper Fi, aim high, fly flat, win, this we will defend, military mottos, with the All Americans, Big Five, perhaps. Had to restart. 20 folks going to your site with that Big Five on it, and it still says 0 views or 1 view. That's how you document Russ and Susan's monopoly, dangerous monopoly. Folks who would be getting truth and social issues out there, they don't have room because the Chinese Great Wall of Evil wants Susan there. Make those videos, post my Big Fives, for example, or even any of my images. There's 30,000 to choose from. My Big Eye videos, how about those? Flash drive labels, also a good, fun, look what he can do with imagery thing. Post and yeah, get 100 altered. Post the eye. I was asleep videotaping, video making. Post my videos. Post and repost all my imagery and videos. I'm waiting for recall because we can't call, recall because we can't call to be back. I just ordered a couple of days ago. It took forever to do it. The same high-tech toy is affecting my cameras here. I was getting down to 1 minute 40. Let's shut it off. Recall because we can't call. Get that going at every photo op. Post. Whatever you get when you don't get me. Post that video to your sites. And yes, get the link. Recall because we can't call. At the end of this month, it'll be up on the big 30,000 plus now. Graphic art photos, including the saints there. Saint Briaca right there. I'll wait till this goes through and I'll have to stop because there's going to be a whole lot of gigabytes I need to load up them. But I'm not sure. Look at that. Oh, there's the phone. Audio maker going. Tommy's. Another good thing to post and repost, and yeah, go to those links. Watch them disappear. Those views, that's fraud. Get it on video and spread the word about YouTube's active part in America's hijacked lifelines. Solari Enterprises, of course, very Muslim company. Make sure they're all legal. And yeah, I'm going to have to stop. It's just, the sole purpose of that is to simply to waste the day. But I got probably a couple hundred at least. And it just will not pull up. It's odd as hell. Yeah, where my... You can probably tell. I think you can see from just document what I say, and then this camera here goes out. They didn't like gold, those with high-tech toys. Whatever they didn't like. Don't like Melton's Symmetry, Melton's Truth. I'm Melton, son of a carpenter, married Daddy Carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, Mom IRANIAN. I'm the son of a carpenter, I get to tell parables. I have to look for a date and write it down and just go back. Next trip, further. I think I maybe will get some of the slideshows going there. The playlist going there.